Believe it or not, the end of the year is upon us. It is November. And I wanted to quickly just run through my Apple ecosystem current lineup. And I think it might surprise a lot of you. I think especially being content creator, one might assume that I only get the most expensive, most loaded products from Apple because they are tools. They're tools that I use to make money. This is my full-time job. So, iPhone 17 Pro, MacBook Pro, Pro Display XDR, Apple, Studio, whatever it's called. But something that I've said before this year, in fact, is I think Apple is bringing a lot of pro features, a lot of really cool and powerful stuff down sort of their chain of products. And in fact, I said it before in the iPhone 16e review, as well as the MacBook Air review, as well as the Mac Mini review, that I think those products are so powerful because of their chipsets and all the premium stuff that Apple puts in their products, even down to the baseline. And I think even for people who do a lot of video editing and things like that, don't get me wrong, I'm not like some crazy motion graphic designer where I need like tons of horsepower in these machines in order to get my job done. I'm doing video editing, photo editing, stuff like that. So it may not be surprising to you, but I just figured as the year is ending, as we're going into 2026, I would share what my lineup of Apple products is. So it only makes sense to start in the EDC realm. I am currently rocking the iPhone Air. This is the most interesting iPhone that came out this year. I have to admit, I'm on the fence about potentially getting the 17 Pro. I'll talk about that a lot more in a future video. I will be doing sort of a long-term review with the Air, maybe a month-long review with the Air. I've really enjoyed this phone. Fantastic. I think it's great for a lot of people, but according to iPhone sales, they haven't really been selling. But again, we'll talk about that in another video. This is currently what I'm using. So not the Pro phone. It's really been great so far. Subscribe if you're new to check the long-term review of this, the pros and the cons, the things that I don't love so much, and the things that have sort of really surprised me. Okay, so it's no doubt this thing looks incredible and it makes me want to rock it without a case whenever I can, but what about those times where you're chilling on concrete for a tailgate or your kids are around? And these times I need a case. And let me just say, even though this video isn't sponsored by Native Union, the Native Union cases are the best iPhone cases I have ever seen or used. Not even kidding. The colorways are so nice. The design is incredible and it gives just the right amount of protection while elevating the already great design of the iPhone Air with a layer of protection just as nice as the phone itself. I think this is rare. Most of the times, like, iPhones are designed so well that when you slap a case on, it like just lowers that like design quality. I think these Native Union cases keep that same design quality, whether you're using the classic one or like even the more active ones. I just think the design is so minimal and intentional and nice and elegant, and it just looks so sick. So you can grab yours at the link below, and I'll see if I can get you a discount if the powers at be will allow it. Seriously, these things look incredible, and they look incredible across the lineup as well. Next is the Apple Watch Ultra 3. So I've said it before in videos. I did a little review unboxing kind of thing of the Ultra 3. I was one of the first people I knew to get the Apple Watch Ultra. I won it in a contest at a conference. I tell that story all the time, and I really loved that watch. I ended up selling it for financial reasons and getting a used 7, which I wore for a long time. And this year, doing this full time, I bought a bunch of Apple stuff after the Apple event, and I actually picked up the Apple Watch 11 because I thought it was the most interesting watch this year, but I was immediately very bored with it and decided that I did want to go ahead and try the Ultra 3, as well as, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I'm very interested in dumb phones and being more intentional with technology. And my channel producer, Ben, shout out Ben, actually tried using this with cellular for a weekend or so without his phone. And I really wanted to try that as well. So I still haven't done that. Hopefully I'll try it next year. I think my mobile provider doesn't even support Apple Watches, so I'll have to figure that out. But I really love the look of this. It's got a huge screen. It's great. I love the watch faces. You can go check out my review of it up here. But I'm rocking the Apple Watch Ultra 3 with the sort of, what is it called? Like the sea or aqua band or whatever in black. I just think that looks really nice. A nice sort of matte finish blackout look. Now, continuing on this sort of mobile path, I've made quite a few videos about iPad. I tried to replace my MacBook with the iPad Pro, especially with iPad OS 26, and you can watch that video here. Is this just gonna be a video of me linking to other videos? Maybe, but they're all great. I'm really proud of them. You can go watch that video there where I tried to replace my MacBook Air with the iPad Pro 13-inch, I think it's 13-inch, whatever the biggest iPad is. And I just found that one, I couldn't replace my MacBook for interesting reasons, which you can watch that video for. But two, I ended up just not using the iPad so much. I was literally only using it to take notes in church, which is great, but having a $1,000 device just to be used for 30 minutes on Sunday mornings wasn't it. So I'm actually selling that, and I picked up an iPad mini, which I had the iPad mini 6 and I really loved it, but I stopped finding use cases for it. This was before I was doing YouTube full time. But I picked up the iPad mini 7 and I've really been loving it. I use it a lot here on the channel. I use it to take notes in church. I use it to journal. I use it to watch YouTube videos. Honestly, I have a really interesting EDC video coming up that will feature it, so subscribe for that. But I've really been loving it. iPad mini 7. I've heard rumors that next year's iPad might have like an OLED display, maybe thinner bezels. I don't know. That will be exciting, but for now, I'm super happy with iPad mini 7. Now, as we get into computing power for actually creating stuff for my business here, I do have the MacBook Air 13-inch. Now, I had made a video about how I got the midnight color. I really didn't like it. I traded it in for the 15-inch in silver, and I was using that for a while. And the reason I went 15-inch was because at my old job, I was doing a lot of work on my laptop and I needed a lot of screen real estate for the type of programmatic advertising work that I was doing. But now that I'm no longer with that job, I had this big laptop that I didn't really need all of that, screen real estate. It was heavier, it was bigger. So I actually sold that and got the 13-inch again. Now, we have a bunch of B-roll of the 15-inch. It looks very similar, but yes, I am indeed rocking the 13-inch. By the way, I want to mention all of these products, except for maybe the Mac Mini, which we'll get to here in a second, are base model. I only buy base model Apple products. I have found, especially in resale, they sell better than the spec'd up versions, like relatively speaking. And honestly, again, I think Apple has just brought so much to base model things. I don't know, I don't need much more than this. Any sort of 4K editing on this, totally fine. This is the M4 chip in here. In terms of space, I use a lot of external SSDs, so that's also not an issue for me. But I love this laptop. I've always been a huge MacBook fan. I've mostly gone pros until I think this year, actually. I think I've owned maybe 3 MacBook Airs in my lifetime. But it's insane how thin, how capable, how light, how portable this is. Huge MacBook Air fan. That said, I don't use MacBook Air a ton whenever I'm away from the studio here. It's nice to have, especially at home. Another sneak peek into that upcoming EDC video. I think I'm gonna stop carrying my laptop on me at all times and just leave that laptop at home. I am at the studio Monday through Friday, so I do most of my work on the M4 Mac Mini. This is that new designed, really cute, really small Mac Mini, and I got it refurbished on Apple's site. It might have an upgraded chipset. I'm not entirely sure. All I know is that I found a great deal on it, and it has been just tearing through anything I throw at it. Video editing is a breeze on this thing. It does everything that I needed to. The final thing, which you can see behind me here, is the Apple Studio display. The Mac Mini and the Studio display are something I bought at the end of 2024 as kind of a business expense to level out taxes a little bit, but I've been using those daily ever since. I love this display. I was used to a 32-inch, but I quickly got used to this 27-inch. Not a huge deal. Looks fantastic. It's Apple, so Apple. The bezels are pretty big, but that's always been one of those things. I've always hinted at making a video about bezels, which I never have, but it's one of those things that you just don't realize when you're like in the zone using a product. So that hasn't bothered me much. Other than a single AirTag that I usually keep with my keys, that's my Apple lineup. I guess I should also mention, I do have an Apple TV 4K, both here at the studio and at home, and I have a single HomePod in our kitchen, but that's it. That'll do me. Going through the start of 2026 and probably throughout 2026 until Apple season next fall. I'm interested to hear what you're using in the ecosystem. Let me know in the comments down below what your lineup is, and also let me know how long you're wanting to keep that lineup. Doing this for a living, I'm sure I'll pick up the latest stuff next year, but honestly, these products as I mentioned before, even the base model are so good that even base model MacBook Airs, iPhone 16Es, Apple Watch SE, like these products will last you for years to come. It's kind of crazy. And it's just another reason why I love Apple so much. They just make such great premium, long-lasting products, and I'll keep coming back to them. Drop your Apple ecosystem down below. But that's gonna do it for this video. Again, we're gonna be doing a long-term review of the iPhone Air. I think I'm gonna be doing a long-term review of the iPhone 17. Even though I haven't been using it daily, I do have one over here, and I do have a couple of exciting EDC videos coming up too. So if that sounds cool to you, please subscribe, like this video for more. Watch this video next. I think you're gonna love it, and we'll see you all in the next one.